The first question is asking you to simplify the square root of 75. So what you guys want to do is look on the front page of the front page of the cheat sheet. On the bottom left. Yeah, I think it's on the bottom left. There's perfect squares, right? So you're going to look through that list and you're going to look for the numbers that are underneath the square root, and you're going to try and find something that divides into 75 that is a perfect square. Did anybody figure it out? 25 is a perfect square. So square root of negative 75 is the same thing as the square root of negative 25 times 3. What is the square root of negative 25? 5i. Square root of negative number is I. And you're left with a square root of 3. Please use your cheat sheet to help you. The next question, it is asking for I to the 24th power. Remember, you've got that cheat sheet where we've got I, negative 1, and 1, and you're counting around. If it's I to the 24th power, you start with I to the first power. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Did y'all get 1? Yay. The next question is a simplified question. So we need to look at the parentheses. For this one, there's a negative outside, so we're going to have to distribute that negative into both pieces. And we'll rewrite the problem. So we can have negative 17 plus 5i. Those don't change. But everything in parentheses is going to be the opposite sign. So I will have negative 12 and minus 4i. Now I can go through and combine like terms. So i's go with i's, constants go with constants. So I have 2 I terms that will go together and 2 constants that will go together. And remember that the constant is written first and the I part's written second. So if I have negative 17 and then I take away 12, hopefully you guys have a calculator. What do you get? Negative 29. I hope Sid is not the only person that did this. If I have 5 and I take away 4, plus I. The next question, these are just like your practice worksheet. Find the discriminant, and it tells you the formula. Use the formula. The formula is this. That's all we need. So remember that this is A, this is B, this is C. The formula says B squared. So it's 10 squared minus 4 times 2. Oh, what did I forget to do? I have to subtract 12. Has to be set equal to 0 first. And now I would type that into my calculator and see what I get. So we've got 10 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 12. What'd you get? That's not what I got. Let's see what somebody else gets. Oh, maybe you do. I typed in 14, not 12. Yes, I get 196. Equals 196. What does 196 tell us for a discriminant? 2 real solutions. 2 real solutions. The discriminant. When it's positive, it means you get two real solutions. What if it's negative? Nope. You get no real solutions. You get imaginary solutions because it's you get the square root of a negative number. We are almost done. Moving right along. This one says solve with a square root. We've got x squared plus 36 is equal to 0. Sorry, it's cut out a little bit. First thing that we have to do is move 36 to the other side. So we end up with x squared is equal to negative 36. To solve with a square root, we have to get the square root to the other side. So we'll do plus and minus the square root of negative 36. What is the square root of negative 36? 6i, very good, 6i. Remember that anytime you take the square root of a negative number, it's I. You have to add that I on there. The next problem, we're going to solve by completing the square and quadratic formula. This is A, this is B, this is C. So to solve by completing the square, I'm going to rewrite what I have, but I have to bring over the 2 and add 2. So I get x squared plus 6x. Do what? Because you'll see. Because we do plus blank equals, and you have to bring over the c value, equals 2 plus blank. And then our next line looks like this. And then we use this formula, b squared over 2. He's missing out. That's a real bummer. And I have problems where I worked these out on your cheat sheet. It's on the back, I believe, where I worked through problems. It's the same format. So I'm going to do the b term. It's 6. So I've got 6 divided by 2, and I'm going to square it. What is 6 divided by 2? 3. That goes here. And then 3 squared is what? What's 3 times 3? 9. So I do plus, I don't have to rewrite that. I've got 9 and 9. I'm missing the sign right here. Here? It's a positive 2, yeah. The sign of the middle term determines the sign right here. So since it's plus, this one is plus. Where? No 2 plus. Plus blank on both sides. 9 plus 2 is 11. Now I'm ready to solve. I'm going to have to bring over the square root. So I do plus and minus the square root of 11. And I'm going to have to bring over the 3. So it's plus 3, so it'll be minus 3. I'm ready for my solutions. What is the square root of 11? We don't do anything with that. So we get my solutions are going to be equal to negative 3 plus and minus the square root of 11. And I leave it like that. Guess what? Your whole quiz is multiple choice, which means if you suck at completing the square, don't use it. You can do quadratic formula for everything, by the way. Next problem is quadratic formula. We're solving the exact same problem with quadratic formula because you can use quadratic formula on anything. So the next problem, sorry, the same problem, new method. So I've got negative b, so it'll be negative 6 plus or minus the square root 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 2 all over 2 times 1. So remember, I am using this same equation and I'm typing it into the quadratic formula. Hey, Honor, what's up? You're what? I don't think so. Did anybody see an ID? Nobody said anything. But if I see it, I'll put it aside. I'll send you an email. So now we're going to solve this. We need to make sure that we type in this stuff under the square root. That's our discriminant. So I'm going to get -6 plus and minus the square root of something over 2. So what do you get when you type that in? 44. Ooh, the square root of 44 can actually reduce. What perfect square goes into 44? Do what? 4. So this is the same thing as -6 plus and minus the square root of 4 times 11 all over 2. So that means that the square root of 4 can reduce. What's the square root of 4? 2. -6 plus and minus this, no. 2 square root 11 all over 2. At this point, all you're doing is reducing. So this is the actual answer. But we just need to reduce. What's 6 divided by 2? 3. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we get -3 plus and minus square root of 11. These are the same. You get the same answer no matter how you solve it. You can always use quadratic formula. It always works. But you can see that quadratic formula is quite a bit longer.